The Young and the Restless spoilers. Oh my god, besties. Welcome back to our channel on this absolutely unhinged day. We need to talk about the absolute madness that just went down because we are not okay. Grab your iced coffees, lock your doors, and strap in because we are diving straight into the darkest abyss this show has ever given us. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing right now. I am literally shaking. Wait. We need to talk about this now, because my brain cannot process the absolute cinematic mayhem that just unfolded on our screens. I am genuinely hyperventilating right now. Send help. My soul has actually left my body. I was watching this episode, minding my own business, thinking we were just going to get some standard Genoa City corporate drama, and instead, I was violently thrown into a high-octane psychological masterpiece, where the stakes are astronomical. I was mid-skincare and smeared charcoal mask all over the rug when this scene happened. Literally had to yeet my phone across the room because the sheer audacity of the writers has completely shattered my grip on reality. I am physically vibrating. We are not just watching this show anymore, we are invested, and I am personally attacked by what just happened. Wait, backtrack for a second, I missed a step. We need to talk about Nick Newman. Bestie, be for real right now. Nick has officially crossed a line that you cannot uncross. He is officially on my do not perceive list. I am so done. We all knew he was spiraling. We all knew the fentanyl and the cocaine were completely destroying his brain. We saw him leave rehab. We saw him hallucinating. We saw him basically losing his mind because of Matt Clark. But this is straight up demonic. Nick is no longer the golden boy of the Newman family. He is a monster. A literal, terrifying monster who is so high on drugs that he has completely lost his humanity. Addicts in this state lose their sense of self. They do crazy things that are harmful to themselves and others. But Nick has taken this to a level of evil that I genuinely cannot comprehend. Oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but Victor Newman has been absolutely terrified of Nick lately. Victor Newman, the man who controls everything, the puppet master of Genoa City, the guy who never breaks a sweat, has been legitimately shaking in his custom Italian leather boots because he knows how unpredictable Nick is when he is on a bender. Victor has been dreading the moment Nick completely snaps, and honestly, the vibes in the Newman family have been so incredibly toxic, which is honestly so unhinged, because everyone is walking on eggshells around a man who is essentially a ticking time bomb. But even Victor, in all his paranoid glory, could never have predicted the absolute bloodbath that was about to happen in his own living room. Did I say that yet? Ugh, my brain is mush. Moving on to the actual break-in. Nick is desperate. He is sweating, he is twitching, he is completely consumed by the need for his next fix. He breaks into the Newman house to steal money, his own family's house. The sheer desperation of this man creeping through the shadows of that massive, ridiculous mansion just to find cash to feed his addiction is genuinely like something out of a horror movie. The cinematography here was straight up insane. The dark lighting, the eerie silence of the ranch, the way Nick looked like a feral animal hunting for prey. It was giving major, I cannot even energy, and I was sitting there screaming at my screen for someone to call security. But then, out of nowhere, we see poor, sweet, innocent Connor. Connor, Adam and Chelsea's son. What is he even doing there? Why is this precious child wandering around the Newman house right when the ultimate monster is on the prowl? I am literally crying just thinking about it. Connor is just standing there, looking so confused, wearing his little outfit, completely unaware that the man standing across from him is not his fun Uncle Nick anymore. This is not the guy who plays video games with him. This is a soulless, drug-fueled shell of a human being who only sees obstacles between him and his next hit. Wait, I am glitching. Okay, back to the main event, the confrontation. Connor asks Nick what he is doing. He is just a kid. He does not understand why his uncle is tearing the room apart, looking for the safe, looking for cash. And Nick does not see his nephew. He does not see family. He sees a witness. He sees someone who is going to tell Victor, someone who is going to get between him and his drugs. The psychology of this moment is so incredibly dark, so genuinely twisted, that I actually had to pause the episode and scream into a pillow. The writers went full psychological thriller on us, and I am not okay. Nick lunges at Connor. You guys, he lunges at a child. My heart straight up stopped beating. The camera angles, the frantic music, the sheer panic in Connor's eyes, And don't even get me started on the vibes, it was the most traumatic thing I have ever witnessed on daytime television. Nick grabs Connor, and you can see the absolute madness in his eyes. There is no recognition, no love, no hesitation. It is just pure, unadulterated violence driven by chemical dependency. He wraps his hands around Connor's little neck. I am hyperventilating again just typing this. He strangles him. Nick Newman strangles his own nephew. The struggle is so agonizing to watch. Connor is fighting, trying to breathe, trying to understand why his uncle is doing this, but Nick is too strong, too high, too completely gone. The sheer brutality of it is sickening. You watch the life slowly drain out of this innocent boy while Nick just stares with these empty, dead eyes. It is an absolute tragedy. A world-ending, soul-crushing tragedy that has permanently altered the fabric of this show. Nick does not stop until Connor stops moving. He does not stop until the boy is completely still. And then, I kid you not, the camera pans to a random decorative vase on the Newman coffee table. Why did they focus on the vase? Was it a metaphor for the fragility of life? Was it just a weird aesthetic choice by the director to show the contrast between the opulent, wealthy surroundings and the horrific, gritty murder that just took place on the floor? I am literally spiraling over this vase right now because my brain needs a distraction from the dead child on the rug. The lighting reflecting off the porcelain while Connor is lying there lifeless, it is sick, it is twisted, it is absolute cinematic perfection, and I hate it so much. Did I say that yet? Ugh, my brain is mush. Moving on, Nick just leaves him there. He gets what he wants. He steps over his dead nephew's body like it is nothing, and he leaves. The absolute coldness of this act is going to haunt my nightmares for the rest of my life. The monster that Nick has become is beyond redemption. There is no coming back from this. You cannot go to rehab and apologize for murdering a child. He is officially the most evil character in the history of Genoa City, and I am genuinely terrified of what he is going to do next. But wait, it gets worse, because then Adam and Chelsea arrive. Chelsea and Adam, who have fought so hard for their son, who have been through absolute hell and back to protect Connor from the darkness of the Newman family. They walk into the house, probably expecting to pick him up or drop something off, totally unaware that their entire universe has just been violently ripped away from them. The dramatic irony of watching them walk through the front door, chatting normally, while we know what is waiting for them in the living room. It is torture. Straight up psychological torture. Chelsea sees him first. The scream that leaves that woman's body will echo in my mind for eternity. It was not just a scream, it was the sound of a mother's soul shattering into a million pieces. She drops to her knees, scrambling across the floor to get to him. She is pulling Connor into her arms, begging him to wake up, shaking him, crying so hard she cannot even breathe. But he is cold. He is completely cold and breathless. The tragedy of this moment is so heavy, so suffocating, that I was literally sobbing on my floor with my charcoal mask cracking all over my face. Adam just freezes. You can see the exact moment his heart stops. He drops beside Chelsea, touching Connor's face, realizing that his boy is gone. The boy he tried so hard to be a better man for. The boy who was his entire reason for living. And then, you see it. You see the shift in Adam's eyes. The grief morphs into something else. Something dark. Something terrifying. Something that is going to burn this entire city to the ground. I'm calling it, the villain arc is about to go nuclear. Adam is going to unleash a level of hell on Nick and Victor that we have never seen before. Bestie, be for real right now. Adam is going to end Nick. There is no trial. There is no prison sentence that will satisfy Adam Newman after this. He is going to revert to his darkest spider persona, and he is going to hunt his brother down like an animal. And Chelsea? Chelsea is going to help him. They are going to become the most unhinged, dangerous duo in soap opera history, and honestly, I am totally living for it. I am manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update. I want to see the Newman Empire crumble to dust. And what about Victor? When Victor finds out that his golden boy, the son he has protected and enabled for decades, is the one who murdered his grandson, Victor's terror was justified, but he is going to have to live with the guilt that his toxic family dynamics and his refusal to properly handle Nick's addiction led directly to Connor's death. The blood is on Victor's hands just as much as it is on Nick's. This is the ultimate destruction of the Newman legacy. Everything Victor built is meaningless now, because his family is fundamentally, permanently broken. I am literally hyperventilating right now just thinking about the fallout. the funerals, the police investigations, the inevitable confrontation between Adam and Nick. This is no longer a drama, this is a Greek tragedy of epic proportions. I am so deep in the lore right now that my grip on reality is completely slipping. This storyline is now my entire personality, and I am not okay. I am going to be thinking about Connor lying on that floor, cold and breathless, for the rest of my life. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event. We need to prepare ourselves emotionally for the next episode, because there is no way we survive the aftermath of this. Nick is out there, high out of his mind, a literal murderer on the loose. Adam is about to go on a rampage that will make his past crimes look like child's play. Chelsea is destroyed. Victor is going to have a heart attack. The chaos is absolute. The stakes are astronomical. I am genuinely unwell, you guys. I need to go scream into my pillow for about 3 hours and rethink my entire existence. If you are still watching this, please send thoughts and prayers, because my emotional damage is off the charts. This specific betrayal, this specific murder has personally attacked my soul. I cannot even formulate proper sentences anymore. I am just a frantic, tear-streaked mess sitting in my living room, physically vibrating from the sheer audacity of these writers. They really went there. They actually did it. R.I.P. Connor. And rip to whatever sanity I had left before this episode. Manifesting a total dumpster fire, besties. See you in the next update, if I survive.